out it was his bachelor party and he was getting married.
Trash. Because, number one, that's so gross. And to put you in that situation is so selfish and so rude. It's disgusting what he did to his fiance, and it's disgusting what he did to you.
Yeah.
You think she knows?
Jonah, I was fuming. Cheating is, not on your wife, not on your kids.
No.
So I walk up to him, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I said, "You're disgusting." And I walked away.
And then, like, in the middle of it, she was like, oh, like, by the way, like, I think I should let you know I'm, like, going through a divorce right now. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what step are you on?
Yeah.
Like, have you signed the papers?
Like,
we're waiting for it to process.
What are the steps right now?
Like,
please, thank you.
Like, what?
I can't wait to soft launch a man. I swear I already have a whole soft launch plan.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
What is your, wait, what is your soft launch plan?
Oh.
Welcome to another episode of Behind the Filter After Dark Edition. I have my co-host here, Miss Ashley. How are you?
Oh, just lovely.
Just
How
lovely.
Are you?
Missy, my best friend.
I know.
She's been MIA. She's been like gallivanting the entire United States.
But I'm back now for good.
Are you?
Well.
Are you?
No.
What do you mean no?
Not till like the first not till like Saturday. I leave Saturday.
Well, where do you go now?
Jamaica for Christmas.
Wait.
Not like this Saturday. The Saturday this airs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But before we get started, it's a little cold in here. And since it is the first week of December, I went ahead and...
Was this what you talked about?
Yep.
Oh my God, stop!
It is my favorite time of the year. It is Christmas. It is Christmas season. It's Santa. That is Santa. Sometimes Santa has a sparkly hat. Sometimes Santa has a regular hat.
Is that why you're asking when this was airing?
Yep.
You know, for the people watching this live, they're like...
No, they're like, why is she doing this? This is airing the first week. The
first week of December, okay?
And to be fair, I thought this was going to air, like, if I figured you wouldn't do it on Thanksgiving, so maybe the day after Thanksgiving. So, like, this is perfect. This is literally the start of the Christmas season.
Yeah, well, if I had the time this past week, I would have put up my tree.
Oh, that would have been nice.
I just didn't have time. Cruz is like, it's Thanksgiving. I was like, I have no plans for Thanksgiving. Why do I care?
We already have a tree up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
All right, let's bust out. We need the wine before we get started. So I forgot the one that we were supposed to do, so Ashley came in clutch with some for us.
Except for it's white, so it's supposed to be chilled, but I didn't have time to chill it. So, but this is Belvino Pinot Grigio. Will, you're going to love this one because it's a little sweeter than the reds we tried before. Oh, Santa, put that down.
See, next time we do our next episode,
Tell
I
me
will have to...
Yeah, just pour it up. Okay, we're good right there.
I think I have a sweater that says Slay All Day.
Don't worry, I have plenty to wear. The whole month of December, I will be here in Christmas attire.
Is that Will's?
Yeah, that's Will's. That's Will's.
Are we in the drinking mood tonight?
You know, there's always a reason to drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Let's see how this is.
Oh, it does smell sweet right away.
Remember, aerate, percolate.
Yeah, percolate. Do you know that? Have you ever seen those?
I like. That's good.
TikToks where it's like pretending like I'm reading about the wine, but really they're just looking for the alcohol content. This is 11%.
Yeah, that's what I always do. I don't really want to know. I just want to know how much percentage is.
That's not bad for.
It's not bad
for a white.
It's not. It's like right in the middle.
want
It's
this?
not.
Yeah,
it's not too sweet.
So.
Just put a straw in
the wine that I'll bring next time. It. Ashley will not like it.
Ugh.
It's sweet. You'll love it.
Yesterday I went to Lubino.
Oh, you did?
I
On
like
Mass Ave. We got like a flight. I went with some friends. We got like a flight of different wines. Bless her heart, but the waitress like confused all of our wines.
Oh,
So we were just
no.
Luckily, my friend Mari, she's been taking like a wine connoisseur class.
Where?
So she was able to tell by the way it looked.
No,
whose
where?
wine was whose.
I want to go.
So she just like fixed everybody's wine.
That's amazing.
Just by like the look and like the smell.
Really?
She smelled one. She was like, "Oh, this smells rocky." I was like, "Girl, I feel like you're lying to me right now. Like, what do you mean it smells rocky?" She was like, "You can smell it."
I'm going to
Smell
do
it.
that.
But I
would do
guess
it. Let's do it.
it's like a 6-month like course.
Okay.
Oh.
It's every other
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday.
It's every other Tuesday, but she said
Big commitment.
she's literally
Yeah.
just drinking wine
Oh.
every other Tuesday, and she did it with
Okay.
one of her close friends.
Oh, that's
So it's just like
fun.
her like close friend are just like getting wine drunk, like on a Tuesday.
Wine
but
drunk
they do it.
is the best.
They
That's
do
the
it.
best drunk.
They do it at the Can Cinema.
Oh, really?
Oh, fun.
Yeah. You know
That's
how there's
right
like
by
like a restaurant right
The
by
guy's
the-
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The guy.
The guy's house.
The guy.
But yeah. She
Interesting.
like afterwards, like once the course is over, obviously like you take a test, and then if you take the test, you get like a certificate to be like level 1 wine connoisseur type vibe. But she was like, honestly, I
The
really.
way I'd frame
she's
that.
like,
Oh
she's
my
like,
gosh.
she doesn't care about the test. She just was doing it just to drink wine.
And then you can go and like teach wine and get drunk at places.
That sounds so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need to look into this.
I would totally do it. We should do
Do
it.
it. Let's do it.
And it should just be like our girls'
That'd be fun.
night.
Yeah. I like
And
it.
it's like it's our commitment.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
It has
that.
to be on the calendar.
It has to be on the calendar. You can't skip wine night. Okay, that's fun.
I mean, you still learn stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
in class, but
Yeah.
It's not just.
But we,
Not
we
just
like, we like
drinking.
the wine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We like the wine. Okay.
The more you know.
All right. The,
The
more,
more
you
you
know. All right, we're gonna get into our lovely segments today, and then we'll get into our topic. So, should we start with the Audacity stories or the
I like
DMs of
that.
the week? Okay, Audacity. I'll start with mine. Mine was one that I literally just remembered today. Out
When
of nowhere.
you
When I
told me
texted.
that, I was like, oh, this is a good one.
So we
This
went,
is a good
yeah.
one.
So we all went out. I wouldn't say right now, but like we haven't been able to, but we like to go and have our drinks and have some cigars. And so there was a time in our lives where we frequented Havana quite often because I lived like 2 minutes away.
Regulars
And-
at the Havana.
Yeah, literally regulars there. And we went with a group of girls. We were all pretty tipsy, and then we met these group of guys, and then I hit it off with one guy, and then he went in for a kiss, and I was like, okay. So I'm randomly starting to kiss this guy at Havana. Come to find out, it was his bachelor party, and he was getting married.
Trash.
So
I think, how did we find that
I
out?
don't know. I was
think
trying to remember.
One of the guys came up
Yes.
later and either to me or pulled him away, and we were like, "What are you
What are you doing? Because we were
What's the
talking.
big deal?
Yes,
They're just
that's what
talking.
it was.
And then he's like, "No, we're here for his bachelor party."
And
Trash.
Then, yes. And then
Immediate
right
trash.
afterwards, I was like, I just kissed somebody who's going to get married. I felt like such an idiot. Yeah, so the audacity, of.
Because number one, that's so gross. And to put you
Literally.
in that situation is so selfish and so rude. It's disgusting what
It's gross.
he did to his fiance, and it's disgusting what he did to you.
Yeah.
You think she knows?
No.
Here's my thing.
No.
No, probably not. But if this is a serial, like, habitual habit,
If he did it so easily,
yeah, it's not his first rodeo.
if his friend wouldn't have stopped him,
Yeah.
would he have taken it further?
Probably. He was really into her.
I was too.
He was hot,
He was
yeah.
very hot.
Very attractive.
He was super attractive.
Very attractive, man.
And I'm like, great. The guy who decides to kiss me is getting married.
What if he thought like you were one of the strippers that the boys planned?
At Havana?
Havana?
At a cigar lounge?
Yeah.
I've never
Like
been to
how?
Havana. It
Yeah,
sounds
no, it's like a cigar lounge.
I think they say that kind of stuff for the
the-
upstairs VIP,
I was just gonna say,
probably.
for the VIP room.
We weren't in the VIP room.
We were invited, but we never went in.
I was telling someone about that last night.
Were
and
ya?
I was like, I thought that it was way too creepy. Like, they're like, somebody up there. I guess, like, at the VIP, they can, like, see down into
Oh,
the place.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, they've been watching you girls. And
Bring me
one-
that one.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Felt like.
He
That is what we
basically-
felt like.
He was like the CEO of some
CEO,
company. Like,
yes.
some company.
I swear it was a large retail
Bring me the
store
Puerto Rican and the
in
Greek girl.
Indianapolis. Basically, I want the Puerto Rican and the Greek.
Go get me those girls. And we're like, tell them thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, we're
I
like,
would have gone up. I would have been a bad bitch up there.
You know me, I'm like, you can Venmo me, you can do things for me, but I'm not doing anything in
can't get this to
return.
work. Oh my gosh. So yes, the audacity of whoever kissed me that was gonna get married. I don't.
Shame on you.
Shame.
That reminded me of the original audacity story that I was gonna tell. Should I do it?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Well, basically, it's not even a big deal. Long story short, it is a big deal. I said that wrong. It's not a long story. I was at a concert one night at 8 Seconds, and we were in the VIP area where they had tables. And if you know 8 Seconds in VIP, that's not a brag. But anyways, that was not a humble brag. This guy had his wedding. We were sitting next to a table of guys. No. They were there for work. They were very nice. I was talking to one of them, just very friendly. The one guy had a wedding ring on. Next thing I know, his wedding ring is off. It must be in his pocket. He's making out, groping this girl in the middle of the concert, not his wife. And I was like, excuse me, what is this right here? And his buddy was like, yeah. Or he's like, they're not buddies. He's like, he has 2 kids at home too. So I went up to him as we were, I said something.
Stop!
Jonette, I was fuming. Cheating is, not on your wife, not on your kids.
No.
So I walk up to him and I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, you're disgusting. And I walked away. Anyways, to my real audacity story. So I got this DM from a guy and he just says, what's your number? And I said, my phone number. He goes, worth a shot. So if I get a DM like that, I'm just going to go check out their profile. So I look in his profile. It said his occupation. Then it said father, husband.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I said, aren't you married? And he goes, in the middle of a divorce. I said,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the middle.
Right. Sure.
I said, husband in your profile caught me off guard. LOL. He goes, I haven't looked back at that in a while. I'm sorry.
Come on.
Conveniently, there's not a single picture of you and your ex-wife, so you archived those, but you didn't have the thought to take it out of your profile?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So he responds back,
no, gracias.
So no? No.
No.
I said, to be honest, I didn't know what to say. I wasn't really my type, but I was like, perhaps after your divorce is final. I don't know. I just don't feel right. I said, IDK, I just don't feel right talking to someone when their divorce isn't finished. And he goes, yeah, that's cool. I get it. It's a foregone conclusion, but I get it. So you're mad at me that I won't go out with you before you're legally divorced. So then this is all in April. And then in May, at 2:30 in the morning, he messages me, how about now? I didn't even message him back.
At 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Boy, bye.
Is that when your divorce papers came through, or what?
Bye.
Yeah.
Why would we respond at 2:30 in the morning to begin with? Even if we were up.
Thank you.
We already know what that's supposed to be. No.
Thank you.
No.
I once went out on a date with a girl. She was also going through a divorce. I didn't find out until the middle of the date.
I think that's...
I matched with her on
so
Hinge
wrong.
and everything. Nothing gave me any notion that she was married or engaged or anything like that.
That's not
having
right.
a date and then in the middle of it, she was like, "Oh, by the way, I think I should let you know I'm going through a divorce right now." I'm like, what do you mean? What step are you on?
Have you signed the papers? We're waiting for it to process.
What are the steps right now? Please, thank you.
What's the process? Did you just decide yesterday that you're going through a divorce? Have you are you signing the paperwork tomorrow? She was like, "Oh no, we're still married, but we're going through divorce and we're separated, living
yeah, so that means you're still married.
So it's you're still technically married.
Right.
So I was just I finished out the date. I think she just invited me back to her place. I said no because it felt weird because I was
yeah,
you're married.
Yeah.
I get it.
I know other guys would have been go for it, but I just felt weird.
No.
I was like, what if the guy shows up, right?
Well, yeah.
And I'm I'm right there with my pants down, that type of vibe. You know what I mean? So
okay.
He gets caught with his pants down. TikTok.
So I think we talked for a little bit more, and she's very adamant about the divorce is gonna go through.
Sure it is.
That, you know what I mean?
6 months later,
I'm gonna do this.
We worked through it. Yeah.
That's what happened. I think she ghosted me for a little bit, and next thing I know, she's posting pictures of her and her guy. like, you know, like
Celebrating
celebrating like their 3rd-year anniversary, and I'm like, what do you mean 3 years? And
That's
what 3 years are you talking about?
So she ended up getting back with him, and I was just like, good for me for like not getting like attached to her anyway, because then like I would have been hurt.
Yeah.
Because then she would have just like ended things abruptly with me and been like, or maybe she was just dating around to get the guy jealous. To like want her.
I feel like there's like steps of separation when it comes to like the divorce process.
Yeah.
Because
I've never been divorced, so I don't know.
Well, and it depends where you are in that divorce. If you're like in the process of the divorce and it's done, and it's a wrap, then you know it. But then there's people who hang on to that little hope.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I've met people who said like they're getting divorced, like, and then got in a divorce like a week later. And then I've met people who said, I'm getting divorced, and it takes them like
2 years.
A year or two. And I'm like,
yes.
When are you getting divorced? Like, you've been talking about this, but it hasn't happened.
I've heard about
but then
that.
Other
like,
people,
my divorce was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's
it's just
in like 3 months.
If it's just like, depending on, I don't know, like assets or
I think
like,
the assets or like if there's like
kids
attorneys
involved or
and
something
kids
like
and
that.
stuff, or if people are contesting things, then you have to go through this.
Yeah, I guess it also depends on
Ours
like
was
they're
quick
trying to
because
like
we agreed on everything. So.
Like, I want this. I deserve this. You should give me
Right.
this instead of this. I'm only going to give you this. So I can understand, but like, if you really want a divorce, you're going to make it happen.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
true.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't be happy about that.
No.
No.
I would not either. I'd be
No,
like,
no.
yeah, I'm good. Peace out.
Peace out.
Girl, bye. Instead of boy, bye. That was
Bye,
girl,
bye, bye.
All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the DMs of the week. So this one is not mine. It's one that I received from somebody who got a DM. So this is what it says in quotes. I always see you trying new foods. Let me give you something to eat. Imagine getting a DM like that. What would you say?
So vulgar.
Super vulgar. Also, who has the balls to say something like that in a DM to a girl?
I would probably.
He's like,
oh
No.
no,
I
Will.
could never be that vulgar.
That's
Mainly because, I mean, I feel like they should say that to me instead, because I eat a lot.
When you did first start this, I was like, was this Will's DM? We know you
it's one of my friends.
They would be sending that to me
She
instead.
sent it to me.
Yeah.
True. Like, wow. That's true. That's so true. I could totally see a girl sending that to you.
Yeah.
If they send that to me, I would probably fall for it. Because it's like, I'm like, I do.
Let it be known.
Enjoy the consumption of food.
No comment.
Okay. What's your...
You know, to each their own.
Mine is also not mine this week. This is someone who follows me on Instagram. This is technically a text message she got, but I knew I had to find a way in some capacity to share this because when I say my jaw was on the floor. So she was talking to this guy from Hinge. This is the only context I really know. I think it was from a dating app because we were talking about dating apps at the time.
Yeah.
And she said that she was like had a lot in common with this guy and I think was like excited to go out with him. So she gets this text. He asked me if we could share something deep. I knew it was not going to be something good as soon as he said this. And he told me he wore diapers. I asked why because what? And he said he found them comfortable. I will give him a point for honesty, but that's just not something I love how polite she is now. She goes, I will give him a point for honesty, but that's just not something I'm into. So we obviously didn't talk again after that conversation.
Wait. He wears diapers because it's comfortable?
I imagine he just is like, it's diaper time. And he puts on his diaper.
Oh my gosh. Is it like, is it, okay, so I've heard of like these adults who have like baby.
They want to be a baby.
They want to be a baby and they
Could
like
be it.
reverse back into a baby state. And it's like a kind of a fetish.
Yeah.
Like, is that like.
It could be, but she didn't get that far into it.
Imagine you're with a guy.
Stop it.
And like, he hasn't told you that. And like, you're getting into the heat of the moment.
Oh my god.
And then like, he pulls down his pants and you just see an adult diaper.
What if I go gonna give him a little butt tap? And I'm like,
And you feel some extra panic.
why did your butt crunch?
But how do you react in that moment? Like, you've already been, like, seeing this person, you're about to, like, basically hook up, whatever.
I don't know about that after that point.
And you see a diaper.
No.
I'd be like, wait.
Do you continue? Like, act like this had happened and, like, talk about it afterwards? Do you just stop, have the conversation there, you stop and just leave?
I can tell you this, if I was even at the point where, like, we were dating for a while and then, like, I smacked his butt and I heard it, we'd be done. There would be no further. That is weird. Like,
How do you also not see, but if you did date the person, like, how would you not even see it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there would have to be something.
Yeah, he'd have to always wear loose pants.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Half the time we see our underwear lines. Can you imagine seeing a diaper line? I would have been like, hey, my niece is out of her pull-ups. Can I borrow some? Come on. No.
I cannot believe she got that. That is it.
Thank you, Emily, for the entertainment.
He was pretty straightforward about it, though. He was like, hey,
it is what it is. Like,
this is what I do. Like,
respect.
That's a deal breaker.
Respect, but you know what?
It's a deal breaker for you.
That's a hard deal breaker.
100%.
The diaper is a deal breaker. Yeah.
What if it was a pull-up? A little bit easier?
I feel like that's worse. I feel like that's worse because he...
A pull-up's more like a boxer type vibe.
I don't know what's worse. He
like
lays there and Velcros the diaper?
Or like a depends.
He said diaper.
So full-on diaper.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he probably has, like, a stomach issue.
Well, so I was saying, like...
control of his, like...
But
why would you say diaper?
Yeah, no, then I have compassion.
Right.
He told her he likes to wear them for comfort.
Yeah, that's different. That's not, I have a medical condition or I had this surgery because I had this, and so now this is my life. And I want to be honest with you.
Okay.
It is, I wear a diaper because it's comfortable.
That's like, I was listening to the radio one time.
Now I'm curious if it's comfortable or not. Because I don't remember, like...
Stop. No.
You don't remember? Why would you?
Like, obviously, because you're a baby. But like...
I'm going to go home. We have extra pull-ups at my house from my niece. I'm going to borrow one of her pull-ups and I'm going to let you know.
Please do.
I cannot.
This is like... Not quite as bad, but like the adults, did you ever hear that one story that was on like 100.9 back in the day? This woman was on her wedding day and walks in on her wedding day to her grown husband breastfeeding on his mother. He never stopped breastfeeding. There's been multiple accounts of that. Like, it's
I'm glad you said that because I think I forgot to pull viral stories for this episode. So
there you go. Oh, I got one.
Do you?
You know I went to Reddit, girl.
Oh my
gosh, love my
perfect.
Reddit.
Imagine though, like
TikTok.
You do? Okay, good, because I don't have one. But that, oh my gosh, that's gross.
And I've heard another account of it recently.
Like a full-on adult breastfeeding still. How is that even possible when you're a mom of that age?
I think some women can still
produce milk that old.
Well, or think about it.
I think it's like a genetic thing, or it's like
I only could breastfeed my kid until he was 8 months old, and then I dried up.
What if you had that? What if you had like your kid at like 20?
Yeah.
And then you're 40 and he's getting married, or 44 and he's getting married. Like, you're still able to, like.
I don't want my. What it means something on my boob.
No, agreed. What it means though is that he has been nursing consistent enough for that mom to continue producing.
Then something's really wrong with that. That's not good.
What? First off,
gross.
What mom?
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
What state was this in?
No.
I think that one, I don't know. That was a caller into the radio show. The other one I heard, I think, was from Reddit. Probably like, I'm just kidding.
No.
Some of them yee states?
Some of the,
what do they call somebody from some state, and they're going to get so mad because we're live everywhere.
I said yee.
We're from Indiana. We don't have room to talk
correct,
here.
If the shoe fits, then.
Okay.
That's your problem.
All right.
Show me, what's your viral story?
My viral story is from Reddit. The only context I have, the caption is, I'm unsure how I feel, but my girlfriend's bizarre habit need advice. So my girlfriend, this is a male 31, female 27.
Okay.
and I have been dating for just over a year. This sounds so cliche, but she's almost perfect for me. She's really into health and fitness, has an excellent career that she worked really hard for, is great in bed, kind, and intelligent. But she lives in a basement suite, which is nicely decorated, and she keeps very clean. Any of you that have lived in a basement suite before know that no matter what you do, you get bugs. Ants, piddle bugs, I don't know what those are, beetles, and spiders. I spent a fair amount of time at her place and noticed right away that there was a spider in almost every corner. I asked her about it, and she told me she doesn't kill them because they eat other bugs. Okay. I did some light research, and sure enough, she was right. I found it a little creepy, but not a deal breaker. Here's where things get weird. About a week and a half ago, I was using her computer and noticed a spreadsheet called Babies. Curiosity got the best of me and opened it. She lovingly named all of the spiders, kills other bugs and feeds them to the spiders, keeps track of all of it in a creepy rear-ended spreadsheet. She keeps track of their food, their color, their size, their web size, and some other poo-poo that I didn't really understand. I closed the spreadsheet after I realized what it was about because I felt bad for snooping and was honestly pretty disturbed. I really love her and I don't want to break up, but I am afraid this is a sign of mental illness. Has anyone ever heard of anything like this before? Should I say something to her? Is it okay for me to ask her to stop? Is this really that big of a deal?
Who does it?
My most favorite part of this whole thing is, number one, they live in Australia. So we're not talking about daddy long legs. We're talking about these spiders could kill you in your sleep.
Basically.
Number two, one of his edits says, I know I'm a rear end and a top hat for Snoopy. I'm going to tell you this right now.
That's disgusting, and that's really freaking weird.
Cancel me if you want. I kill spiders. I hate spiders. I was once bit by a spider.
I kill them too.
On the butt cheek. It left its fangs in my butt cheek.
Ew.
My mom had to flick the fangs out because I'm like freaking out because my butt cheek is on fire. No.
I got stung by a bee in my butt.
See? Maybe that's why we have big butts. The venom!
It was in high school. I had the bloomers on. My cheer skirt. And I sat on it.
Ow. That spider's on his deathbed. He's like, screw you, Johnette.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, that's weird.
No, that's that's a no for me. Diapers and spider pets are a no for me.
No spider pets.
Yeah.
No, that's really disgusting. I can't.
No, Reddit's always here to entertain us.
Always.
I love how people just post any random story about their lives.
Yeah.
And they just want a bunch of strangers on the internet to give them advice. Like, what do you think? Should I break up? Then there was an edit.
Modern day therapy right there.
There you go.
Literally. Yeah.
There was an edit that he later was like, brought it up to her and then I guess tried to make light of it and bought her a tarantula. And then apparently he started noticing all the spiders in the corners were gone because then she started killing the spiders and feeding them to the tarantula. And he was like, then I was like freaking out because these were her, quote, babies, as she named in the spreadsheet.
She's feeding the babies to the tarantula.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
What?
Survival of the fittest.
That's right. That's right. No way.
Yeah, there's an issue.
Yeah.
For sure.
I went out with a guy once and we like met at his place and then I forget somewhere in the context of that, he had a pet snake and we never went out again.
I would not.
I mean, there were many issues with him, but the pet snake was
I
like...
couldn't.
No. To each their own, but no, that scares me.
I cannot.
That scares me.
No. Did you have a story? I saw you looking something up.
I did because I found it. I don't know if you guys saw it on TikTok. I'll send you the link of the article. But it reads, woman returns cheating undocumented boyfriend back to Mexico. So this has been all over TikTok.
I have not
surprised
seen
you guys haven't seen it.
What?
Like, the people in the comments are divided, right? But let me give you the premise. This girl,
Savage.
I think she goes
Total
by,
savage.
She identifies herself as Virgo. No, she identifies herself as a Virgo. So I don't know, maybe Virgos tend to do this.
Heather's a Virgo.
Heather.
Yeah.
She would.
So she said,
Love you, sis.
We love you.
it's like a 7-minute long video, but basically, long story short, she says that she found out her boyfriend was cheating on her because when they returned from vacation, she was trying to send herself back some pictures from his phone, and she noticed that he had like a long thread on Snapchat saved of communication with this girl. So she learned that he had been cheating with her. So she was just like, also, she helped bring him from Mexico to the United States. So
she was like, if I could take you here, I could take you back.
She felt double betrayed. Like one,
you're going back.
One, like I helped bring you here to the United States.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna help
and
you
two,
go home.
You cheated on me. So she said like, how do I need revenge? How do I get back to it? So I think it went back. You know when your mom used to say like, I brought you into the world.
I can take you back out of it.
I think kind of I brought you to the United States. I can take you back out of it. So she convinced her boyfriend that they were going to go to they live in San Antonio, and the closest city in Mexico is like maybe like 2-hour drive.
Okay.
So she convinced them like we're going to go to Six Flags. And, they got in the car. I guess in one of those, he ended up falling asleep in the car. And he didn't realize until they were into the second checkpoint in Mexico that they were in Mexico.
Wow.
I think he asked like, "Why are you doing this to me?" The woman says to her boyfriend, "I told you, you want to be a bastard. Well, be a bastard. You're going to use me. I'm going to leave you here." So she did. She shared that she gave him a $1 bill, and all he had on him was his cell phone. She said she has no regrets about her decision to leave in Mexico. She said, "For me, it's the best thing I've ever done. I was deceived, but I will never be used. That's my revenge. To this day, I do not feel bad."
Wow.
I think there was a follow-up where she was just like,
I cannot. You guys.
I think there was a follow-up where it was just like, tell the girl you've been seeing that she can bring you back. Yeah, so like the people in the comments have obviously like, it's been half and half where like, oh, you went too far, you shouldn't have done this.
She was like, I'm taking your ass back home.
Like, other people have been like, you took it too far. Other people are like, you go, girl. He, screw
what
this
if
guy,
she paved the way for him to come here and spend all this money and invested all this time and all of that, and then she gets slapped in the face with that?
I assume whether you bring a person here like legally or illegally, whatever, it's still a long process and it takes money.
Correct.
So obviously she brought him to the United States and then you go on and cheat.
I don't know if I could do that.
So that's my viral story. It was on TikTok. I thought the shit was crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I don't know if I could do that.
I think me, if I found out my man was cheating on me, the thing that always interests me about these stories, they never confront them. I mean, obviously she saw proof, so I guess that's it. I think I would just never speak to him again.
Yeah.
Just, we're done.
That's it.
Get yourself out of my house.
Yeah.
We'll never speak again. You'll never see me again. You'll never breathe the same air I'm breathing.
Literally, yeah.
But
I don't think I would have taken it to that
I don't
extreme.
think I'd do that either.
I don't think I could do that. I mean, props to her.
I know. I love that she's like, and I still don't regret it.
Cold-hearted, but I don't think I could do that.
I mean, she was fed up with it. I mean, I think the original video has 47 million views or something like that. So it was very trending.
Yeah, I can't believe I haven't seen that. I did see did you see the bride who got left at the altar? And then she goes around like a baddie and just goes to her reception.
Yes, she goes to her reception. I did see that. Yeah. Props to her for doing that, because I think all of us would have probably just wanted to crawl in a hole and die. Yeah. And she decided to still celebrate the day with all her friends and family.
If I paid $15,000 or $25,000 for an open bar,
it's gonna be one hell of a party.
I'm gonna drink every dollar of that.
Yeah, I'll cry later.
Exactly.
Let me just get drunk off my ass now.
Did you see the video too? She had this cape on.
Oh my god, that was
amazing. Badass.
Literally, she had this white cape. It was gorgeous. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah,
it was very pretty.
Then after that, I went to her profile and I started looking at all the stories. How are you doing now? What are you doing?
Did they say why? I didn't see it.
I don't think it doesn't say. Well, as far as from what I saw, she said she wasn't really ready to address
Whys
all of it. So it did show her like obviously kind of like moving through the motions of the realistic situation now that she's back at home and they're supposed to be on their honeymoon and like all the things, you know, that kind of stuff, and like taking off the ring finally. And
if you changed your mind, and I'm going to say this with knowing no context of why this man did it, you have to be a low person to leave her standing at the altar.
100%.
Like, you didn't just decide in that last 5 minutes.
No, you knew. Nobody makes a decision like that on the wedding day.
Yes.
Especially when you're with them for that long, or however long they were together.
That, to me, is just ruthless. You were,
100.
like, trying, because, honestly, it embarrasses him, I think, way more than it should
That's
ever
who he is
embarrass
actually
her.
as a person.
Yes.
He has no integrity.
No. That's just nasty. That's nasty.
It is.
You shouldn't leave someone.
No, I don't think I could do that. I mean, yeah, there's no need. You should have done that like months ago. Yeah. If anything, just broken it all off and called everything off. It's insane. Would not. So, well, that was some good stories.
Yeah.
It's good. Go ahead and get into our topics.
Yeah.
For the rest of this podcast, as we'll pour some more wine. He's just enjoying himself there.
So you brought up the man. You introduced the man last week. We're still calling him just the man.
Yes. Oh, the guy.
The guy. I was like, wait, the man doesn't sound right.
The guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this because you and I, we've dated quite a bit.
Yes,
we've been on like 50,000 first dates.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What was it about the guy, or what were some of the traits and characteristics that like you were looking for that you were like, wait a second, this is a good one. I don't want to let him go.
I think I'm already like a big communicator. Mm-hmm. And I think right off the bat, once we first connected, like we were texting a lot. He was very respectful. A lot of guys, you know how guys are when you start texting, they already want to like talk sexual and intimate and all that stuff. And it's just a huge turn off. And so that wasn't, our conversations were not like that at all. And we both grew up in San Diego or stayed in San Diego for a long time. So we had a lot of commonality. Like I have never met anybody in this area that knew all the places I basically grew up in out in San Diego. Because I grew up in a place called Chula Vista, which is south of San Diego, and it's very close to the border. Not a lot of people know about Chula Vista. So for him to know all of that, like there was already a commonality, you know. And so we just really like hit it off. Like I felt like our conversations through text was like super easy. You know how like once you just get a good conversation going with somebody and then it never like dies down or you're constantly talking and learning about something, like it was always like that. So I was like, wow, like I want to like text this person all the time. Like this is great, you know. And he was very sweet. He took me out actually like the night before my birthday was our first date, and he brought me flowers.
Aww.
And a great dinner. I mean, we closed the restaurant down. We talked the whole night. It was good. Like it was just.
He brought you flowers on your first date?
Yes. That is the first time I've ever gotten flowers on a date.
Do you know?
Never have gotten flowers on a date.
One time a guy brought me eggs from his chickens.
You know, actually, that's kind of.
I low-key really liked it.
That's kind of that.
But it really caught me off guard. He's like, I brought you some eggs. I think he's like, Chicky Minaj laid these. And I was like, okay. I digress.
Oh
Anyways.
God, that's funny.
Back to the guy.
Yeah. So I think that's just right away. And then immediately when we finally met for our first date, like I knew.
Yeah.
I just knew.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I like that he, from what you've told me, like matches your energy and a lot of things, into which like the speed of you guys, like, I say falling for each other loosely.
Yeah.
Like falling for each other was like one for one.
Yeah.
Like it's like every time you said you had a feeling of this for him, he had that feeling of that for you, and that's so rare to have. That like usually it's one person that's like 10 steps ahead or one person that's like delayed in their feelings, but your guys' feelings seem to like match each other.
Yeah, and we're still both like questioning it because we're like, is this real life? Like, how do you literally find somebody randomly on the internet and then like you're meshing so well, and then like we're both feeling the same way, and we're both like, okay, when is the like he always like jokes like, when's my karma coming?
Aww.
And I was like, stop, there is no karma. What are you talking about? Like, it is what it is.
If he cheats and you take him across the border.
it's just been so good, and so I'm just like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just going with it. Like at first, I was just like, because I think you and I are both in that way. Like things always seem too good to be true, or there's something good, and then we eventually find something out about
like,
somebody,
oh,
or we find like the long list of red flags, and then we're like, this is just not going to work, and that hasn't really happened. And if we've both talked about like what our issues were with dating, why we are where we are, you know, our backstories and all of that stuff. So it's like an open book, and he's still, I mean, he's just great.
Yeah.
Great. And I'm still like slowly in shock that like we're just.
Yeah. I feel like you're waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah, but there really
There's
is.
no shoe.
There's no shoe.
There's no shoe.
No.
Okay, so outside, like, obviously, when we're dating someone, we have to have, like, you know, similar faiths, political beliefs, all that. Like, put that aside. What are the top 3, like, characteristic traits about him that you were looking for that you, like, found in him?
Oh, wow. I would say he's very thoughtful.
I like that.
Very, very thoughtful. Even, like, for the flower or whatever. And then I had told him about my immune disorder and, you know, my dietary restrictions. And so wherever we are, or if we're going somewhere, he's like, okay, you know, what do they have here that's gluten-free? Or can you eat that? Or he loves to cook. And so he has made sure that, like, he has gluten-free items, or there has things in there. There's also, like, other types of food that I can't properly digest because of what I have. And he makes sure that, like, everything's in order and I can have it.
I love that.
It's just very, very thoughtful.
I love
that. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like even something little as this, we ended up randomly going to the symphony, and they had a Latin night, and my son and I went, and it was great, and he was there, and he right away greeted us when we got there, got us 2 waters, we sat down, great seats, come back, and he was like, do you want something to drink? And I was like, no, I'm fine. And then we got back up, and then he was like, oh, I got you a drink. And I was like, oh, you did? He goes, yeah. And so he escorts me to the bar. It's ready. It is my double tequila lime with soda.
Aww. I love that.
Like already ready. And he was like,
that.
I got you your double tequila. I was like,
thank you.
Wow.
We love a thoughtful
Yeah,
man.
just super thoughtful. I think he's very caring. I think it's funny, I think he tries to play it off that he's not, but he really is. So I love the fact that he's thoughtful, he's caring, and also that he doesn't take life so seriously. Mm-hmm. I think, for lack of better words, I think another person or another girl probably would be turned off to the fact that, like, he has a sense of humor, but it can be dry sometimes, or it could be to the fact that, like, we'll joke and I'll be like, you know, F you or whatever. But, like, we know we're joking, you know?
Yeah.
And we can take it, or he'll say something and I'll give him a dirty, like, be like, I'm just kidding, you know? But I think if a girl was, like, super uptight, they wouldn't like something like that. But I love it because I know, like, he can be himself around me, and it's fine with me. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So
I like that. Okay, those are good.
They're good. So
I love this.
We'll see how
it goes.
we
The
continue.
guy. When we're gonna drop his name.
I don't know if we'll drop his name. Maybe.
I'm just
He'll never.
kidding.
I probably won't ever. Yeah.
Confidentiality. You know?
Yeah. I won't ever like tag him on anything. I mean, obviously, I'll probably start to share him. I shared him a little bit on my stories or like on Snapchat and stuff, but I don't think I'll ever.
You do like the little quiet ones where it's just like the arm or something like that.
I can't wait to soft launch a man. I swear I already have a whole soft launch plan.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
What is your wait? What is your soft launch plan?
Oh,
I don't even have one.
Pictures planned. We're gonna start with the arm. We're gonna start with some repetitive like showing. So like maybe he has like something really like a tattoo or something. We're gonna constantly show that. Then we're gonna move on to showing a little bit more. Maybe we're like a mirror pic where like I'm giving him a hug so you see like the back side of him.
And he's wearing a hoodie so you can't.
Yeah,
see his head.
exactly. Oh, I cannot wait to soft launch a man.
I mean, I have videos of like him and Cruz like when we were at Dave and Buster's, and so I had their backside.
The back,
So it's like I think the internet has seen plenty of the back of his head.
See, that's it. That's a
just
soft
like
launch
little
plan.
things. So I guess I have done that. I don't know. But I haven't like officially. I haven't posted officially a photo just because we haven't really gotten a really great one together. So I just haven't done it. But yeah. That's so funny. I never even thought about that.
Oh,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll do a hard lunch at some point and be like, this is it. Yeah.
So Sometimes I think I'll just soft launch the whole time, and then like the hard launch will be like our wedding day. It's like, hey,
Ooh, I love that.
Meet the arm, meet the back of the head. This is him. I've only ever posted one man on my Instagram, and going through and like deleting or archiving.
Oh, I know. I've done that.
Unless they have like a discerning feature that you're like posting and they're like,
yeah.
oh, I recognize
We know
that
this,
tattoo or something like that. Like I know who has that tattoo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy with flowers on his arm.
Stupid.
I went through and I've deleted people. You know,
yeah.
especially people that were friends and then I started to date and we're no longer friends.
Okay.
All of those are gone.
Why?
But they still watch your profile.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the ones for me that like unfollow me and then refollow me.
Yes.
And then unfollow me and then refollow
Like,
me.
what
And
are
I'm
you
like,
doing?
Just stay away then. Like, just stay away. If I made you that mad that you need to unfollow me, then go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Go. Bye.
Bye.
We're not going to miss you.
No. No.
This guy, speaking of this guy today, actually texted me. It was a guy I was talking to. And I think I talked to you about him. It was one that, like, we had it already. We're done.
Holy mackerel. Here I thought it's only been like 15
I
minutes.
know. This is what happens when we just talk. Anyhow,
We
never went.
just cut the episode right there. And then we pick it up.
Will said we're done.
I know.
Well,
But, like, we never
Finish
made
the
it to
thought.
the first date because I was like, yeah, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I just had a feeling.
Yeah.
Well, and it was because of his response when I said, like, I'm not kind of feeling this anymore. Like a month ago, he sent me a random photo and I just didn't respond. I was like, no text, no nothing. It was just a photo of like a mountain or something. Like if he was somewhere, I don't know.
Just rediscovering himself.
I don't know, but I was just like, okay. Today, I get a gift from him with a cartoon character like hiding, and he's going like this, like hello,
No.
hello. Again, no text,
No.
nothing, just a gift. Hi, how are you doing? I'm like, what? Am I supposed to respond to that? Like,
No.
or am I supposed to be like, oh, haha, how are you? No.
If there is like a specific amount of time, whether or not like you were intentionally like wanting to go out with him or not, if you make me wait for too long, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't. I went out with this guy once and it was like, I swear like 2 to 3 weeks between each of our dates. And it was like every date was a first date. I couldn't move past that first date feeling.
Yeah.
Because like I see you every other week at best. This like it just never got
Not
comfortable.
going
And I'm like,
anywhere,
I can't do this. I
Yeah.
can't. My feelings are washed now. And I was very interested in him. And I'm like, I guess I should have spoke up and said something. But
Yeah. I think all in all, for like to close this episode, I would say like for me, and I mentioned this I posted something on TikTok because somebody had said, he wasn't being derogatory anyway. He was just like, well, maybe you're being too picky, and he was like, I've done that before, and I get that. But in that response video, I said, I've questioned it, but at the end of the day, I wasn't being too picky because I ended up finding somebody who checked all the boxes in some sort of way, and I resonated with, and I held out for that person. Whereas before, I would sell myself short and I would settle, and then it would come and bite me in the ass at the end of the day because I didn't just wait. And I know we're always such in a position, if you're single, to like, we want to hurry up and find that person, and it gets frustrating. But I encourage all of us to continue to keep on that path and hold tight to what you want, and don't waver in that, especially if it's something that really means something to you. You really want to find that person that checks those boxes, and or you have like a top 3 of something. You're not being picky. It's just that's something you have passion for, and that's something that you want and part of a connection with somebody. And I'm just grateful. It took 42 years to find it, but
it's cuddle season.
I know.
it's cuddle season.
Yeah.
Oh, let me share this one thing though, because this was actually really sweet. My son was like, he mentioned how he really liked him, and I said, thanks for letting me know. And I joked, and I said the same thing. I said, oh, LOL. I said, it only took me 5 years, because I've been divorced for over 5 years. He goes, but Mom, wasn't it worth the wait?
Oh, wise boy, Bryce.
Literally.
See?
And I was like, tear.
It's true though, like.
And I said, absolutely it was. He was like, told you. It's good.
I don't want to be with someone just to be with them. Like, I'm
Right.
perfectly happy being alone. I'm perfectly happy being single. I'm fulfilled with my friends. I'm fulfilled with my family. I'm not going to get married just to get married.
Yeah.
Or be in a relationship just to be in a
Exactly.
relationship. It's not, and like.
And then I don't even know if we would ever get married, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's
You
not
guys will
part
figure
of
out
our.
what works for you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, and if we get
Mhm.
married, great. If we don't, great. That's still a conversation.
Right.
But like I also don't think like we have to be in that space in order to be happy either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Well,
We did it.
there you go. Until next time when Miss Ashley shows up in some new Christmas gear to ring in the holidays.
Can't wait.
We should really make it like a Christmas edition.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and like be totally decked out.
I'm here for this. Because we'll
Ooh.
only get like 3 episodes. No,
Yeah.
2 episodes
Yeah.
really before Christmas.
Right. I'm going to have to bring a Puerto Rican drink. That's what we'll do for our next time.
I like that.
That's our holiday drink.
Coquito.
Exactly. I'm going to make some coquito.
Heard you talk about it. Never tried it.
There you go. That'll be our next drink.
Yay.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us on this episode for Behind the Filter After Dark. You can also check out our blog post at JohnetteCruz.com and check us out all over where we stream our podcast. See you next time.
Bye.